Okay, let's look at um, just very simply what we call a binomial here. This is a what we call a linear binomial because the degree of the variable is 1 or the exponent is 1. When it comes to greatest common factor, okay, this is always, should always be the first thing we look to do when we're factoring, okay, is factoring out a greatest common factor. And when it comes to that, you've got to have an idea about what factors are. Factors are the numbers that produce a bigger value, right? So 9x is the product of 3, 3, and x, right? 21 is the product of 3 and 7. We call this the prime factorization of these numbers. And when it comes to finding the greatest common factor, we look at all of the pieces that these products have in common. And obviously, right now, that's just the 3, right? So I call it factoring out. But factoring, keep in mind, factoring is division. Okay, the process of factoring is breaking apart something into parts that multiply together to be that. So we're turning this sum into a product. That's that. So think of factoring as division, finding that common factor and taking it away. And if we take it away from here, when we divide it out, we're left with just 3x. And when we divide this by 3, we're taking the 3 away and we're left with just the 7. So factoring out a greatest common factor, okay, one process, the long process, is writing the prime factorization for every term in the polynomial and then finding everything that they have in common. Okay, and this can be used, and we've done this in some of these other videos. Let's see if I can find one. This can be used when you have a trinomial. We can write the prime factorization of each piece and see if they have anything in common. This did not. Same thing here. Okay, x squared is x and x. 15 is 3 times 5 times x. 56 is 8 times 7, and 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. We want to break down the numbers as far as we can when we're looking for the greatest common factor to do that prime factorization. Okay, I just wanted to put this problem in here because this is a binomial, a linear binomial. The only way to factor a linear binomial, right, a first degree term of x that has 2 terms total in the expression, that's a linear binomial. The only way to factor that is to factor out the greatest common factor.